and it hurts more to walk than it does to run. So the pain my feet are in right now, this happened when I was in New York, wasn't so sore. And you always have to remember why you're doing it. It's not my legs, it's my mind. Although my injury, yeah. If you can master your mind, then you can master your life, all areas, business, relationships, and your health. And so today, I'm gonna be attempting something crazy, to push myself to get out of my comfort zone and to do something that makes me feel really bloody terrified. The last time I ran any sort of distance was when I filmed this video and did the Disney half marathon. So while I was out for a walk the other day, I grabbed my phone and went on my maps and I typed in the place in Surrey where my family lives. And I found out that it's 14 miles away from where I'm at in central London. So I had an idea, which at the time was just a crazy idea where I was like, yeah, this will make a cool YouTube video, running all the way from my house here in London, 14 miles back home to Surrey, and all the way back to mark my first ever marathon. And while it was a funny idea, I never actually thought that I'd do it. Then I interviewed one of my clients, Maddie, for my podcast, Impact School, and she said something that stuck with me. And since then, I just haven't been able to get this idea out of my head.
And I was like, well, I really want to do this program, but like, this is how much it costs. She was like, what? You can do that on your own. Come on, like, you don't need that. And so like, everyone was kind of like agreeing, like, you don't need this. But in my head, I was like, yes, I do. Like, I couldn't get it out of my head at all.
And I knew that if I didn't do this today, then I would just be thinking about it forever. So my name is Tickner. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been recording a lot of YouTube videos about perseverance, mindset, and just challenges lately. I've been really enjoying it. And so with that said, today I'm gonna be running a marathon. So one thing I will say is that I do work out, 5 to 6 days a week. So when it comes to doing this without any training, I wouldn't do this if you don't do anything at all, right? If you never run, if you never exercise, you don't want to push yourself quite to that degree because physically that's not healthy. I'm going to be tracking all of this on my Fitbit and then with Strava. So let's get started. Popping some plasters in my pocket because I do actually have this really bad cut on my foot. I kind of can't believe I just showed you that. This is where all those men in my DMs are going to be like, oh, yes, replay, replay, replay. I still can't believe I'm doing this. But the hardest part is always getting out the door. I have butterflies as I'm locking this because this means that it's really happening. What's going through my mind right now is you get to do this, you get to do this. Not you have to do this, you get to do this. And making that shift is making me excited, and I just want to prove to myself that I can do this, and I just want to challenge myself, test myself, and I'm just so excited to see my family. It's literally been under 2 minutes and my foot is in so much pain I'm gonna have to turn back. Okay, so I was literally running for 1 minute and I'm trying these shoes, which are like barefoot shoes, and because I haven't ran before, they kind of told me, yeah, you should probably break them in and wear them for a while, and I was like, nah, I'll be fine. But yeah, I feel like I've stress fractured my foot or something. It's this part of my foot right here, but this is happening. I need to see my family. So I'm not actually able to run on the balls of my feet because that part of my foot is so sore. The very first time I did a half marathon, I've done 2, the Disney one, and then I did a Royal Parks half marathon where we ran through Hyde Park and Green Park, which are just over there. And one thing that kept me going, my brother's disabled and he can't walk, and so I was just thinking, I can walk, I can walk. So this challenge showed me more so than ever that your mind truly is your strongest muscle. Now, I've had a few days to reflect upon everything that's going on. My foot has been healing nicely, and while I'm hobbling around and in a lot of pain, as I'm running, I'm listening to David Goggins' audiobook. I'll link it below. He just said something. he said, until you push your mind, it will remain soft. And so unless you've been through something like bullying, unless you've been through hardship, unless you've taken your body to the next level, you're gonna stay soft. And so I'm just thinking, the way I was able to get to where I'm at with my business is because I was bullied for being called Maggie D's. That's how I started my fitness coaching company, and then scaled that, and I'll help other people build their businesses. And I know so many of them are going through hardship, and so it's like, I'm doing this for you, I'm doing this for myself, I'm strengthening my mind. So my friend Steph, she ran a marathon and she put it on her YouTube channel, and so I'm just thinking what she was saying. She's like, put one foot in front of the other, and that's what I'm doing. If only this bloody right foot wasn't so sore. Can't say this is particularly like the best scenery to be running along, just concrete. But I was umming and ahhing about it yesterday, and I knew, yeah, I'm gonna do this. But I think a lot of times you make things so big in your mind. For example, people are like, yeah, I'm gonna do a marathon next year. So they hype up for it for so long, get afraid. But again, I'm not saying go out, run a marathon without training. I don't advise that. Took a wrong turn. Whew. Added some extra steps there. Got 5 miles to go. Rather than saying, oh, I'm gonna do it later, I just do it instantly then, because I know that even though that short-term dissatisfaction from putting in that little bit more effort right then, well, I know that it's gonna pay off in the long term. I actually tried walking for about 10 steps, and it hurts more to walk than it does to run. But I'm like running on the outside of this foot, and I can't. And it is gonna be in some pain for probably a week or 2, or maybe even 3 more weeks. Even though, looking back at this footage, putting myself through the physical discomfort like that probably is not the best thing for my body, right? But I'm grateful that I did it, because I know that the long-term reward of the strengthening of my mind is gonna pay off over and over and over again. It's not my legs, it's my mind. Although my injury, yeah. See, this is when you kind of need to, like, you don't want to be pushing yourself so bad that you truly do injure yourself. But I wanted this so bad that I have to persevere. There's no way I'm not doing this now. There's no way. It's just one straight road all the way home now. 2 hours and around 20 kilometers in, and I'm very thirsty. I didn't really think that one through. I just wanted to go to the shop to get water, but the line outside is too long because they're only letting a few people in at one time. Oh my gosh, he didn't accept Amex, but it was £2.20 and he just let me take it. Bless him. I'm gonna go back in there with some cash. That's the best feeling for so long. And look, I'm willing to put my body through pain, through suffering in the short to medium term, because the long-term benefits are gonna pay off in all areas of my life, in challenging conversations, in difficult business deals, in situations that I really just don't want to be showing up in. I'm gonna be able to show up as the type of person that I want to be. Come on, Lauren. So, nearly there. My legs are just like, I think there's a big problem with my foot. But I can't really run that. I feel good. 2.5 hours. Oh my gosh, that's the longest I've ever run. Come on. Whew. Hello, puppy. Hello. He is so confused. Hello, Daisy. Oh, bye then. Because now that I've done this run, I understand the power of doing something now to feel the satisfaction in the long term. And so while my foot was in so much pain, I'm finding that everyday tasks such as, well, usually I just leave my plates in the kitchen and I deal with them right before I go to bed or in the morning. Whereas now I find that having completed this run and getting all the way to the end, pushing through all that pain, I actually go ahead and complete those small little tasks that usually I would just wait off and just push off for a little bit longer. Now, because of the quarantine, I can't really go inside. Oh, I need to go wash my hands. So I'm gonna go wash my hands. Oh, I don't know what I've done to my foot, but that just shows how powerful the mind is now that I've stopped. Honestly, I've never been in pain like this before. I think this is my only option right now. Oh. I wish I was exaggerating. So it's so weird being home. I've literally not been here for months. It doesn't really show it too much here, but the size of this foot versus the size of that foot, this one is so much bigger. Oh. Okay, so update. I have bandaged my foot. Oh man, to think I was planning on running home. So I genuinely wanted to run back so that I'd done a marathon in a day, and I just don't, I feel accomplished. Like, I feel so good now that I see my family. But right now, I know that if I was to run back, I would probably, I don't know. I'd probably end up, because I'm having to waddle so weird with my foot, I reckon somewhere up here in my glute would get injured. Because I know that I can say that I'm going to do something, I go ahead and I follow through and I commit to it, even if it's painful. And then that means that in all areas of my life, I know that I am staying true to myself, I'm staying honest to myself, and that I know that I'm not lying to myself. Now, I know I started this video wanting to run a marathon. So you may be thinking, well, Lauren, you said you were gonna run a marathon, but you only ran just a little bit more than a half marathon and then came all the way back with a bunch of weights in your bag. I don't even know if I can. Oh, that is so heavy. Oh my god. Pushing the bag like this. Oh. I used to be a powerlifter. It's just all the weight going through my foot is not good. So you didn't follow through on what you said you were going to follow through on. And this is where I think there's a really interesting lesson in what I did here. So when I first set out, I was already in pain with my foot, right? But I kept going then. But then when I got to the end, I was already satisfied and I already felt like I pushed myself enough to get way out of my comfort zone because I was in excruciating pain. I'd pushed way beyond what, I should have really done. And at that point, I knew that that was enough. And so this is where I think that there has to be a balance between pushing yourself and then literally killing yourself. So at this point, I'm not really sure what to do, and I literally did not sleep because my foot was just throbbing so much, and I was just dreaming of being able to go to the doctor or to go and buy ibuprofen, but it was the middle of the night. I had achieved the level of discomfort that I needed to test myself, to strengthen my mind. Whereas if I had gone all the way back, that just would have been truly ludicrous and unnecessary. And so this is where I think it's important that the challenges that we set for ourselves are good for ourselves. So while for some people this challenge would have been really, really easy, and then some people this challenge would have been really, really impossibly hard. And so for me, I think that it was a good level of challenge. Maybe it was a little bit harder than what I really needed, I probably didn't need it to be quite as hard of a challenge. I think it would have been just enough even if my foot wasn't sore. But that added on to the mental toughness, right? And so the content that you consume, the content that we all consume is important for our well-being. It's important for us to challenge ourselves, but it can be truly destructive if we try and take on other people's goals. So your goals need to be relative for you and your scenario right now. So I want you to drop below what your challenge is going to be for yourself. And I was just so happy that I did this. I feel like all areas of my life right now, I just feel so much more motivated to show up in. I've also been doing cold showers every single day. So if you want a video on what it's like to do 30 days of cold showers, then let me know below. By the way, make sure to hit the subscribe with the little ding-a-ling-a-ling bell. I can't believe I just said that, oh my gosh. Can you tell I'm in isolation by myself for so long now? And also, this run, David Goggins' audiobook was so helpful getting me through. And so I'm thinking to even do a video which does all of David Goggins' challenges that he puts in his videos. So if you want to see that, let me know down below just by giving this video a thumbs up. And just remember that short-term pain is going to lead to long-term reward, but if you overdo it, then it can be totally destructive, and you don't want to be getting long-term damage, right? You want a short-term pain for the long-term gain, but you don't want short-term pain to the point where it causes long-term suffering, okay? Just remember that. Bear that in mind. Make sure that your goal, your challenge that you set for yourself is relative to where you're at right now. Push yourself, take yourself out of your comfort zone, whether that is in your social life, your business, physical, whatever it happens to be. And remember that when it comes to the things that you're challenging yourself in, you only have so much mental energy, okay? So for example, if I was to go ahead and say that I'm gonna run an ultra marathon, the chances of me just being able to do that straight off the back of the idea are pretty low, because I'm challenging myself so much every single day in my business. So I would have the mental energy. For example, this week when I was recording this video itself, I had to let go of one of my team members. And so the fact that I had to let go for someone that works at Impact School and then go ahead and bring in all the mental energy into this as well, it's really, really challenging. And so you only have so much mental energy as well. So I just want you to bear that in mind. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I love you loads, and yeah, more fun challenges to come. Let me know what you want to see, and let me know what your challenge is going to be for yourself. All right, see ya.